Right? Okay, to move on, let us invite another warrior. All right? And he happens to come from the continent of Africa. All right? And I had the privilege, Lina, to meet him 21 years ago.
Wow.
All right, 21 years ago, we went on an anniversary cruise. All right, it was from Penang, it was from Port Klang in KL, and then we went to Penang. From Penang, we went to Phuket. From Phuket, we went to PP Island, and then all the way back. And that's when I met this gentleman. All right, he was so new. All right, he was asking this, asking that. All right, and today, fast forward 21 years later, he has become one of the most powerful warriors QNet has from the continent of Africa. All right, you want to introduce him?
To me, his story coming from a top corporate background, 13 years hands-on, seriously I can relate to his story because it's not easy to jump from one top corporate position into something new, but he took the journey, and today he is the captain of the ship, leading thousands of people, having a strong network out there.
All right, and one thing I want to share, if you recall yesterday in the V's Got Talent, he's the only V partner who actually qualified in that competition, and he was so funny. All right, I dropped laughing listening to you. All right? I'll give you the privilege to introduce him.
Let us all welcome on screen V partner Adly Hassan.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high to bring me down. Can't none bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
So the reality is that I am the biggest obstacle that coming on the way of my success when I come into QNet. I like it or I don't like it. This is the reality. This is a fact that we all have to accept to start, experiencing developments, improvements, and growth and success, and to see the results. I come into this business with this personality of someone who was very full of himself, because I made it in life to this high position in the corporate field. I was the project manager of a big company, very reputable company in the UAE. And I spent like 13 years as a civil engineer before to come into QNet. And I was very much full of myself. And on top of that, my personality before to come into QNet, and I spent most of my life with this kind of personality. Yes, I made it to that senior position, but I spent most of my life very shy, introverted, not outgoing, not courageous. I cannot call myself, I didn't have that leadership quality. And but I was pushed by my younger brother to come into the business, and I start to go through the process. And through the process, I start to realize after some time that I am the problem. I am the obstacle. I am the one who has to change. How I realized, how I discovered this? by coming to my first VCon. After coming to my first VCon, many things start to change. Everyone will tell you his first VCon, this is the time, this is the event when he was really starting the business. You don't start the business the day you sign up. You start the business the day you come to this realization. You start to know that there is many things in your character, in your personality, in your attitude that has to change. And when I come to these moments and I made this very conscious, very solid, very, strong decisions that I will change. Sometimes the other day, I remember one guy asked me, how to change? I said, for me, it was a decision. One time, I stood in front of the mirror and I look at the mirror and I said to myself, yes, Adly, you can. It's just that you have to get rid of this fear, of this, feeling that you very much care about the world opinion on you, and you just go out there, because if I really want to make my dreams to become reality, and if I really want to become successful here, I cannot continue with the same attitude. I cannot be the same person who's introverted, shy, quiet, and the person who's not welcoming challenges, and the person who will panic whenever there is, crisis or issues in my network. And the crisis and the issues and the challenges, actually it starts from day one. From day one, you come back home and you're excited and you talk to your spouse or to your siblings or to your parents, and you get that hit and you feel like the world is collapsing. You come out of this presentation with this fantastic, great picture, and when you go out to the reality and you start facing the world, you get hit by people in your inner circle, and on top of that, you get hit by what is written on Google. So I come to my first VCon, and I meet these great mentors, Datu Sri Vijay and Japadas, Chief and the V partners, and I got to understand that I'm not the only one who is struggling to succeed, who is struggling to make it. And all those who have made it to that level had went through the same process. They struggled the same way. I'm not the only one. And that made me to get into the proper mindset and to make this decision that yes, I can, because others went through the same. And this is what we want you to understand today, that we are not aliens. All the successful people, all the success stories you are listening to are for people who just went through the same process, who went through the same amount of challenges. They faced the same difficulties. It was not easy. It was not, everything was falling on their laps without them facing much of struggle, much of frustration, much of issues, much of crisis, much of challenges. And as I said, the fairest challenge and the biggest obstacle, it is myself. When I realized that I need to get a different mindset, I need to start trusting in my uplines, trusting in the system, trusting in the company, trusting in the founders, trusting in myself that I am also able. I can do the same like what the others did. There is no difference between them and myself. And when I made that decision, things started to change dramatically. And the results started to, because now I'm in a mission. I'm no longer, trying to get sales by any means. But now for me, I believe in what I'm doing. And I'm no longer needed to go and convince no one. Many people, they say, oh, but you are very good in convincing people. I convince no one. All what I make sure of that I want them to see how much I'm convinced, because I am the company. This is my company. This is my life. People, they want to see that. They want to see that you are not taking them on a ride, that you are not just testing the business on them. They want to see how much you believe in this, how much you see your life in here, how much you see that this is your future. We are very grateful. We are very thankful to this great two people, Datu Sri Vijay and Jampadas, who made it possible for this company to come that far, and to make it to the 24th year. So now it is my responsibility and your responsibility to start taking ownership of this. And that's when I made this, I come to this realization that this is my company, I am the company. And people started to seeing this. And this is a matter of a fact you have to understand. When people listen to the QNet presentation, they don't trust in QNet, they don't see QNet, they only see you. If they don't like you, they don't buy you, they will never buy the QNet products. So initially they buy you, they love you, they trust in you. And then later, when they come to VCon, when they go through the process, they start loving and respecting and admiring, and they fall in love with QNet. So it's a process. But initially, you have to be very serious about this. You have to be genuinely in love with what you're doing. You have to be the company. And when I realized that this is a responsibility, I took on my shoulder. Now things started to change. But was it easy? Yes, of course not. You know, challenges will keep on coming. So the first challenge, as I said, it was myself. Then after a while, yeah, the results are growing and things are looking fantastic. Then crisis in my country, my company, headline news, and they're talking nasty about QNet, you know, and I panicked, and I went. That time I remember, communicating with Japadas, and I'm trying to tell him, Japa, we have a problem here. And he was asking me where the problem. I said, Japa, we are in the headline news. I received like 300 calls from my downlines. They're telling me, what is this? What is this coming in the news? We are in so many media platforms. Everyone is attacking my company, is attacking our company. And Japa, this is a big problem. And he was listening to me, and he said, okay, what is the problem? I said, Japa, I think you're not listening to me. I'm telling you. Today I received the most numbers of calls in my life from downlines who are, shouting in a panic. They want to see me how I react, what I will do. But I myself, I was in a panic, and I look at it as like the end of the world. And the way I was projecting it to Japa as a problem, he kept on coming back to me in my face and telling me, where is the problem? And at last, I said, Japa, what do you mean? And he said, Adly, you cannot project this as a problem. This is a challenge. Had not we told you that this journey will go through for you to experience this growth, to reach your financial freedom? Be ready, build the muscles, build the attitude, have this character of facing challenges. Because if you understand that if you keep on looking at it as a problem, maybe we have no solution for the problem. But if you look at it as a challenge, we together, we can walk into overcoming this challenge. And that was one of my biggest lessons. And I realized at that day that the first thing when there is a challenge, I shall not panic. You know what? Because when I panic, that day, all my leaders, my network, eventually they panicked, and I lost most of the network, and my income from max out hit down to zero. And that was, like, you want to call it, name it what you want to name it, crisis, It was very devastating moments, times in my life, but I learned it the hardest way, and I had a choice, either to give up or to start changing, to start working my attitude, to realize that, yes, I trust in my company. And I said it many times, I am the company. So now, whatever they're telling, whatever they're projecting on media, whatever they're saying about my company, is it the reality? No, this is their perception about my company. But the reality is different. I know what is my company. And as long as I trust in my company, then I have not to pay much of attention to this, to what is projected in a negative way about my company, and to stay positive. To stay positive. I learn from these challenges the most. I learned the most about my character, about my personality, and it's always about decisions I made. I made the decision that no matter what will happen, I will always stay positive and happy, and I will maintain the smile. It doesn't matter how tough and how challenging is the situation I'm facing, or my network is facing. My downlines will always see me in a smile. They will see me excited, and they wonder what's happening. And I managed through this attitude many times to change the tide, to come out of the storm, and to help the network, and to help my downlines, and to help different networks around the world to come out of the challenges, to come out of that down feeling, to see how great is life. So this is a time when a challenge is hitting your market. This is the most important time that you come closer to your downlines. Because, and be happy. Don't panic. Be happy and be excited. And trust me, you will discover the true warriors. You will discover the true believers in your network. Because during the good times, I've seen it this many times. During the good times, many of your supposed to be your leaders, they will tell you, you cut my blood veins and my blood will drip QNet. And when there is challenges and crisis, they will disappear. they will run away. And you will find people who were not really vocal, but now they're taking ownership of their business. So these are the gym people, these are the true warriors, these are the true fighters, these are the people that will help you, and you together will carry your network, will carry your business to a higher level when you start the rebuilding process. And we all went through this. We went to max out, to zero, then we started rebuilding again, and again we're able to hit the max out. But this didn't happen, because things fall from the sky, but because we acquired the right attitude, the right mentality, the right mindset. Are we together here? So it is going to be a roller coaster. I'm telling you, this journey is going to be a roller coaster. Sometimes things are going smoothly, you're going up high, you're enjoying the ride, then suddenly it's hitting down. And when you are in the roller coaster, the most exciting moments is when it's coming down. And this is where the adrenaline rush will come out. And this where you have to develop this attitude that you enjoy the challenging moments. You don't panic from it. You enjoy it because this is going to be a new chapter, a new stepping stone in your journey to reach your financial freedom, to develop and to build that solid, that strong network. It will not happen without you going through this process. So accept the process, accept challenges, welcome them. So whenever there is challenges hitting you, hitting your market, hitting your network, embrace, be positive, maintain the smile, never panic, and very important, crucial point here, never lose focus. And this is a mistake I also made during those times when I was, my first 1-2 challenges, crisis, because when people were, talking negative about my company, this was a good opportunity for another company to start stealing my downlines. And they projected themselves like the savior. They projected themselves like they have the solutions to all my company problems. And many of my downlines and some uplines and some sidelines, they believe in this, and they start jumping from the ship and they start jumping to the other company. And I had few people who stayed loyal, and they were also, distracting me with this, coach, upline or leader, whatever they call you. This company, they sell this product. This company, they have this commission plan. This company, they have this structure. They have this office. They have that. They have this. So I'm with my downlines. I also lost focus, and I start, studying that other company, analyzing it to the limit. I can present the other company. And this one mistake, you should not fall in. Focus on your business, focus on your company, and start rebuilding again with those who believe in you, who believe in this company, those who will see that you are focused. As I told you, the true warriors, the true fighters, when they see you focus, when they see you focusing in your network. I'm telling you, QNet is not perfect. But these all companies that they project themselves like they are better than QNet, I feel sorry for them. Because I learned through the years, maybe it was the first time I experienced this, but along the years, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, at least 60 companies who came into my markets, in different markets around the world, and they projected themselves like they are better than QNet. And the moment they start saying this, I feel sorry for them, because I know they are going to lose it. The fact that they are trying to come in here and to build their success on destroying our success, it tells me that they are just another mosquito. And it tells me that these people, eventually, they're going to lose it. In the beginning, it sounds like, I'm telling you, in the beginning, it sounds like this company is doing very well. This company, people, they start talking about how much they're making there, how much they're earning there, and you feel like you're losing balance, and you feel like, oh, maybe I'm making a mistake by staying here. But guys, the fact that you made the decision one day that this is going to be your last ship, and because if you have one single downline, it's still holding, it's still waiting here, this is a responsibility. This is a responsibility. This is a responsibility on your shoulder. You cannot play with people's lives, with people's dreams. You must take this with enough seriousness. You cannot, just because of, this company maybe project themselves like they can give better money, or maybe sometimes they steal our downlines by offering them some tempting deals. And I was offered this in the past. But for me, it was very simple. I cannot jump from the ship. I cannot jump from this ship. This is a responsibility. I am the captain of this ship. I cannot jump from it. I have to make sure that this ship can start sailing again. Yes, sometimes it seems like the ship is sinking, and the sea is very rough, and the storm is too strong, but I cannot jump from the ship. And this is a decision you have to make every single day. You're the captain of your ship, and you don't panic. You maintain your positivity, and you don't lose focus. Focus on your network, focus on your downline, bring them close to you, and start coming together, and make sure that you always be part of the solution. This is one great lesson we learn from Datu CVJ, that every time we can adjust, adapt, and accommodate to the new situations. Yes, we don't like challenges and crises. You know why? Because we feel very much discomfort with the fact that we have to change our norm, our routine, our auto mode. Even in this business, you build a network, now things are moving smoothly and you want things to stay smoothly. And that's why when there's challenges, you don't like it. But the fact is you cannot progress and you cannot grow and you cannot understand yourself and you cannot find your true audience without you embracing those challenges. Solution, it is in my hand. It is in my hand as an upline, as someone who decided to take ownership of this business, who's someone who decided that this is a responsibility I will always take, and I want to help as many people as possible on this planet, and I want to leave a mark, and I want to continue, carrying the flags of Datu Sri Vijay on touching billion hearts, and I took my responsibility. And I managed to find plan B, plan C, plan D. Of course, I did not implement the plan alone, but because I was, with excitement, with hope, with smile, with confidence that one day the company will find the solution, will find the structure that will give me the support, I did not give up. And my people never give up, and we continue building that market. So with this attitude, you can last. With this attitude, you can face every single challenge, every single trouble, every single problem is going to face you along this journey. And once again, life is not fair. And if you want to know how tough life could be, let me share with you this video of this young lady who, in the age of 26, 25, 26, she had breast cancer. That was in the year 2017. In the year 2019, 2 years later, the cancer spread to her lungs, spinal cord, and liver. And the doctors told her she has only 3 months to live. Her chances to live are only 2%. But yet, a year later, she decided to write this beautiful song. And she decided to be happy and to accept what is given to her by the Lord, by Allah. And she walked into the America Got Talent stage and she gave this amazing audition. It is very touching audition and very touching moments every time I watch this young lady. Let's watch the video together.
But 2% is not 0%. 2% is something. And I wish people knew how amazing it is.
It's okay. Very inspiring, very uplifting words from this young lady, Nightbird. She's teaching us a lesson during her toughest time. She's yet very positive, very optimistic. She decided to give hope to everyone around her. She decided to leave a mark on this planet. She did teach us a lesson on how, on your toughest time, never to give up and to stay positive. Yes, life is unfair. Life has no guarantees, but yet it is a decision we can make every single day. As she said, 2% hope still is not 0%. It is something. And she was holding to that little hope. And she decided to move on in life and to make a difference. Unfortunately, she passed away last month. But yet, her video, her performance in the American Got Talent being watched hundreds of millions of times. And she was able to give all of us a great lesson. If life is being very tough on you, it's okay. If you are in the middle of much of crisis, It's okay. If you are in the middle of a broken relationship, it's okay. If you lost a loved one or a dear person to your life, it's okay. If you are not in good health, it's okay. If your network is not growing, it's okay. If the commissions are not coming, it's okay. If negativity is hitting you in your market from media, it's okay. If downlines are quitting, it's okay. If downline are jumping to another company, it's okay. If uplines are quitting and leaving the business and you are left alone, it's okay. If you are in the middle of a storm and you feel like helpless and you feel like this is the end of it and you cannot grow no more, you still remember the words of Nightbird. You can't wait until it is not hard anymore to decide to be happy, to decide whether to be happy or not. It's a decision you make. Every time you decide to be happy and you accept and embrace what is given to us by Him, and to be positive, you can always find ways. You can start writing your song. It's okay. You can make a difference in this planet if you decide not to give up. That's all what we did. There is no other secret. When it was tough, when it was devastating, when it was collapsing, and we went through all kind of challenges you can name during this life and this journey. But the great lesson being taught to us by our mentors, that we shall always believe in Him, believe in the Creator, and to stay positive and to maintain the smile and to believe that tomorrow will always be a better day. It is in our hands to change this. It is in your hands to change this. It is in no one else's hand. It is a decision you will make. We cannot make it on your behalf. We went through the same hell. We went through the same roller coaster. We went through the same storms maybe you are going through at the moment. But we always maintain our positivity, our happiness, our excitement, our belief that tomorrow can always be a better day, and it's in our hand because there is still hope. It's not 0%. We're still kicking alive. And this is a decision you will make every day. During crisis, you have a decision to make. Either you break down or you break records. Either you break down or you break records. Either you break down or you start writing your song. How you want to end this? We can only guide you. We can only help you. We can only support you. But it is at the end of the day, the decision you will make that you will never give up. You will never give up.
Don't look back at all, losing all mine. Now I can't hide. Said I knew what I wanted, but I guess I lied. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's alright. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. If you're lost, we're all a little lost, and it's all.
Thank you so much, VP Adly, for a powerful session. I learned so much from you. And the most powerful lessons that I would like to highlight again will be, I am the owner and I have to take full ownership of my business. I am the captain of my ship. And with this, it's a people's business. It's a people's business. And this is so crucial because people buy me that is where people will trust me. Thank you so much, VP Adly.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. People join the business not because of the business, they join because of you. So remember your tagline, be the change.
Be the change.
You change, they will change. All right? And VP Adly, you know, I remember going to Sudan with you in 2005. We went to Khartoum, all right? And it was an amazing trip, all right? Thank you for taking me to your beautiful country. Okay?